Well, jolly good. Good evening, everybody. I can't tell you what a pleasure it is to be here with you. Don't feel that you have to be wallflowers. Feel free, if you wish, to move into the middle of the room. We've got a splendid evening lined up for you today. I have been asked to mention, by the way, there are no fire alarms scheduled. If you hear an alarm, please make your way to the main entrance as quickly as you possibly can to evacuate safely. Can I also welcome those who are watching on YouTube? We know a number of people are. Just if we could ask everybody else to keep the background noise down so they could hear exactly what's going on, we'd be very, very grateful. But I'm so pleased that we're doing this year. This for me was one of the, along with a number of other occasions that we had in the calendar when we were Northampton Borough Council, to have continued this and to see it happen across West Northamptonshire as we are now, the bigger family of West Northamptonshire, and to see nominations come in for some really, really inspiring people across West Northamptonshire. That makes me feel so good. I think we have to thank all of the nominees. Do you know, I was lucky enough to take part in the judging for this, and you read about people. We had, by the way, over 80 nominations for the awards here this evening. Each of them incredibly inspiring. Many people were nominated a number of times by a number of people, and people take the trouble to email or put pen to paper to say what they thought of these people. And you can't help reading the descriptions of all of our nominees without feeling really inspired. So there's a thank you from me, first of all, to every single person, whether you win an award or whether you were nominated alone, for inspiring me over the last few weeks, and perhaps above all, the inspiring stuff that you do for our community of Northampton and West Northants. I'm just going to hand over to David now, my colleague, who's going to introduce our star speaker for this evening.
Thank you, Jonathan. Firstly, a very happy International Men's Day. Good to see you. So this evening's celebration is our opportunity to celebrate the positive value that men and boys bring to all areas of life and our communities. The day is marked in over 60 countries around the world, and I'm proud that this evening we as West Northamptonshire Council have the opportunity to join into that international celebration with our two awards, that being the Special Recognition Award and the Male Role Model Award. As Jonathan said, selecting a winner, what a challenge, very, very difficult. Yeah, a humbling experience to read some of the nominations and what great things people have done. So all I can say is we are very lucky to have these people, so thank you. This evening, this celebration itself, to me, it's helped me with my mental well-being, because I've had the inspiration that I've read has just been wow. So it's perked me up. I have challenges in a mental health capacity sometimes, and yeah, I'm so pleased to have read and heard so much the nominees. Anyway, I shan't go on any longer. I shall now hand over to Nick Wilson, who has a fantastic video, and I'm sure an even better speech to you.
No pressure.
Impact, toxic masculinity, and the preconceived ideas of us guys around mental health, our emotions and vulnerabilities are literally killing us guys. And whilst mental health is being spoken about by society and on social media so much more than what it ever was 3 to 5 years ago, we're not seeing the positive direct impact and change that we thought we would. With guys only asking for help and accepting help when they're in crisis, with suicide rates increasing, with 75% of all suicides being of males. One guy dies globally every 40 seconds. This isn't a game. We can change this. But we as guys need to act. But amazing things are happening. We are starting to see an improvement with more and more male support groups around the UK starting up than ever before. Not only this, but the attendance of males at these very support groups are at levels that we've never seen before. We also have amazing, inspirational male role models of all ages, from all backgrounds, from all class, society, culture, religion, whatever. They are proving that you can overcome the most horrific of life experiences. And they have a message for you. Check it out.
My personal belief these days is that, particularly us men, we're all up to be tough alpha males. That actually isn't the brave thing to do.
I've been homeless in times of homelessness. I've been persuaded that those on our level would be better off without me. I've convinced myself in the past that cancer patients not to be around anymore. Everyone's story is personal now to them. I don't think there's a one-size-fits-all when it comes to things that trigger this kind of homelessness.
I didn't really have anybody I could talk to. I had to internalise it and to a degree come up with my own self.
I went to the GP and I was supposed to improve to health minds. So I was a psychiatrist. I was an oncologist and I got back and relapsed. So far, 13 months. It's on the verge of recovery. Please, don't keep hold of it. Speak to somebody.
Ultimately, I broke out. I sought refuge from my family and told them how I was feeling. It was really difficult at the time, but looking back, they really did support me and they ultimately got me the help that I needed at that time.
Life is so precious. I think you'll be enough, and we all appreciate that. Absolutely. So please look for someone to talk things out with. It's not always easy to do this with your family. I understand that. I know there are many people out there who simply want you to know that it's okay. It's a normal part of who you are.
As you can see, the overarching message through all of those guys is about accepting help, accepting where you are, and trusting someone to talk to them. We owe it to ourselves, guys. Not only that, but actually we owe it to our children, to our partners, our loved ones, our families, friends, and work colleagues. Even if it's not for you, do it for them. You have everything you need within you to change the way things are.
I'm actually quite glad that I've done that now, because I'm so emotional at the moment. I probably wouldn't even be able to read it off to you. I'm an Army veteran. I served 14 years in the Army, deployed on multiple operations around the globe, including Northern Ireland, Kosovo, Iraq, and Afghan. And I've done 3 talks today so far on International Men's Day. I don't usually look like a dodgy Mexican with a gringo tash. It's only from November, which it is at the moment. One of the biggest excuses we get from guys, I started up a male peer support group in Toaster last year. And one of the biggest problems is toxic masculinity, is guys thinking that it's weak to speak. I hate that saying. They think that it's weak to open up, that you shouldn't be talking about your emotions, your mental health, and all this kind of stuff. My overriding message to everyone I spoke to today, to yourselves here tonight, and throughout the rest of this year and for as long as I live, I know what it means to be strong, to be in a war zone. The things I've seen, the extremes of horrors of humanity, but I've also seen massive humility, kindness, generosity, from complete strangers to one another. It takes more strength, bravery, and courage to face up to your truth, to face what you are going through, and to ask for help. I honestly, hand on heart, would rather deploy back into a war zone again than go through everything that I've gone through these past 5 years. It's damn hard. And it is stronger, more brave and courageous to face your truth and face your fears. However, today I ain't going to finish on quite a downer because there is amazing things being done. This just proves over 80 nominations, and guys are starting to act. We're just not seeing the end results quite yet. We'll do it, we'll get there, and I would give my personal thanks to everyone in this room for all the work they do. I respect you, and I thank you all, and good luck to the finalists. Thanks, Steve.
That's marvellous. Thank you. Thank you. We'll hear from you. We're going to shortly tell you about 5 top nominees, all of whom we have a prize for this evening, out of the 80 plus. But first of all, we're going to talk to you about Special Recognition Award. It normally goes to one person. I have to be honest, this year the judges just found that impossible. We're going to tell you about 2 really inspiring people. This award is to highlight a standout individual who's gone above and beyond for their local community. Often, as I say, it goes to a single individual. This year, the judges just could not decide on one single person, so we have 2 winners, and I'm going to invite the first of them up. Just to describe, we're talking of our first special recognition winner as somebody whose commitment to Northampton's communities makes him so incredibly deserving of this award. In 2011, this person was integral in setting up Community Spaces Northampton, a charity with the core purpose of safeguarding community centres for community use at a time when the management of the centres was being transferred to external operators by Northampton Borough Council. 10 years later, he remains chair of CSN, having led the charity towards to even greater success for the benefit of the local community. And in addition to the countless voluntary hours he's given to CSN, he's also chair of Rectory Farm Residents Association. He's a trustee for voluntary impact in Northamptonshire, and is a tireless advocate for the voluntary sector and the importance of community support and cohesion. So in my view, he is somebody I pleasure of meeting several times, and I think he's incredibly deserving of this. And I'd like to ask Toby Birch to come on stage, and a warm welcome. Please.
And the second nominee, or should I say special recognition award receiver, interesting chap. He decided to pick up litter in his village. And he raised funds doing that. And he decided to donate those funds to the Gossip Board and the SBCU at Northampton General Hospital. They do so much amazing work looking after babies and their families. The nominees probably worked out who they are by now, so I won't say too much more other than this young man raised quite an amazing amount of money, £1,860 by picking litter, and he's donated it to the Gossip Board and the other half to Slowly Angels. And the the winner is Joseph Dooley.
36 years. Is that right? Well done, well done. What about another round of applause? Okay, and so then to our 5 male role model finalists. Say we had 80 plus nominations. It was incredibly hard. I'll tell you first of all about somebody who is the head teacher of a school and actually received many nominations, quite an incredible number of nominations. And they all had much the same wonderful things to say about it. He had been a class teacher for some years, and when the previous head announced that she was leaving, he became the interim head. And that was at the start of the pandemic. He has successfully steered the school through, keeping the children and the staff safe, and then he became the full-time head teacher earlier this year. Somebody said, we knew that our school was great, but this person has taken it to a whole new level. He kept the best bits and he improved the rest. As well as navigating the school through the pandemic, his enthusiasm for his profession is matched only by his ability to make every child feel happy and known at the school. His assemblies are great fun. He knows all the children well and is genuinely pleased for each child when they tell him something that they have been doing or something that they've achieved. He's introduced Forest School, a new app for homework, home learning, and made huge improvements, for example, to our playground. He's the only male member of staff, and he leads his team in a fun, fair, and humorous way. He lives in the village, and he contributes to village life in many ways. And this is Mr. Smith, head teacher of New Bottle and Charlton Primary School. How about a round of applause for Mr. Smith?
So the second nominee had many nominations, and I'll tell you a few things that people had to say. The nominee is a mental health advocate with a difference, in that he has a daily battle with his own mental health and disability, and yet is consistently there for others, mentoring, coaching, and nurturing in many ways. This just shows how he understands how devastating mental health and disabilities can be. His campaign Truth Speaks from the Heart, his most recent video campaign to government, resonated with so many people and will, if heard, change many lives by ensuring the right support will be funded for those who find themselves in need. Apologies. One person said that they came in contact with the nominee and talked mental health in 2019. They saw an article online in a local newspaper about a talk group starting up, and they're looking for members to come along and see what they could learn and how they could help. This person said at the time, I saw the advert, I knew I would like to attend, was not sure whether to go or not. So I messaged the nominee, and his reply was, come along, see if you like what you do, then at least you can say you've tried. From that day on, I attended, and I was glad because of the help and support the nominee and his group offer is outstanding. I struggle at times with my own mental health, from going to these meetups, watching his online videos, and one-to-one meetups. I can honestly say I've learned so much in how I can improve and manage my own life better. And that normally is Nick Norton.
And our next finalist, having overcome much adversity in his own life, including being a victim of knife crime, this person set up knife crime victim support to mentor and work with young people and families who are involved in and affected by this violent and deadly arena. He tours schools, youth clubs, inner cities and the suburbs, giving talks and life experience to so many. He uses his talent as a spoken word poet to highlight the need for change and puts his all into fighting for this cause. He works alongside councils, the police, breaking down those barriers and building trust with communities between young people and authorities. He also supports actively across sleeper charities, and is across the board a man who stands for justice, equality, dignity, value, and the rights of those misrepresented. That is Quinton Green. Big applause.
And the list goes on. The next nominee it's kind of gives it away really, is a key member of the evangelism model. He's had a never-ending supply of humour, enthusiasm, and positivity in all the work he does. People say he's a great role model, and the group has grown to over 2,700 members, and they've collected over 27,000 bags of litter since February 2021. He's led many group list picks and has made a significant difference in clearing up our county. This nominee is Steve Bishop.
So the last of our five. This person has been described by those nominating him as a silent backbone behind the Lewis Foundation, providing care packs to adult cancer patients to make their lives that little bit better during the biggest battle they will ever face. He co-founded the Lewis Foundation after his mum was hospitalised with cancer. He saw firsthand how adult cancer patients were frightened, upset and lonely whilst undergoing cancer treatment in hospital. He set about sourcing donations, packing and delivering gifts to patients. He manages a team of 50 volunteers who now pack, deliver and distribute over 2,500 gifts to 14 hospitals across Northamptonshire and the Midlands every month. This is all achieved whilst he holds down a full-time job as a chef. He's constantly approached by hospitals due to NHS resources being continually stretched. He is the unsung hero who works tirelessly behind the scene, but he is always positive and his motto is to have fun. That refers, and those nominations were for Lee Lewis. So congratulations to, again, everybody who was nominated, all inspiring people. That's it. Those are our five. What we're now going to do on our stage, if you would kindly announce the winner, we'll ask the winner to come on stage. But then if we may, we've been trying to distance a little bit more this evening as you would have seen. But then at that point, if we may, we'd like to ask all five of those finalists to come on stage. David, the winner.
So I'm pleased to announce the winner this year is Nick Wilson.
Genuine surprise from Nick, and actually was going to say genuine humility. Whilst having been some time before booked to be our speaker this evening, he was in no way aware that he was going to be a finalist or the winner. But I think the nominations that came in spoke so highly of you. We've had an insight into the sort of person you are this evening. So congratulations to you all. Thank you for everything you do to support us all throughout the community. If at that point we can ask all five, please, of our nominees to come on stage, that would be absolutely wonderful. So if Lee Lewis is with us, Steve Bishop's here, I've seen. Quinton, I think, is here. And Mr. Smith, Peter Smith, is here. Should we do that? Should we try and we'll try to gather around you.
Or you take your photos first. I'll go as myself instead. Perfect. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, guys, and well done.
Just get a proper photo of Toby and Joe, a special recognition that they're able to come back on stage, and we'll do that. Thank you. Here he is.
Yeah. Yeah, family and friends.
And just a final thing there in terms of the process, the 5 top nominees there, we have done something for you. If you'd like to come over to this corner and see James, we'd be really pleased. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a wonderful evening. There's a few stalls on display here. If you haven't had a chance to see them, please do. Once again, my thanks to all the nominees. You know, Northampton and West Northampton is a pretty special place. And often you don't see on the surface what's going on. But the inspiring people around us is quite something. Northampton has a history of inspiring people. That's above its weight, if you like, it's above its weight for that. We've got all that we're proud of. We've got more work to do with our town. Come with us on that journey. We're going to make Northampton and West Northampton a wonderful place. We think we deserve to be a city because we're that wonderful. We've got a lot of history. If you're not involved with that, have a look at that. Tell us what you think about being a city because we've got more and more to do. But one thing that makes the biggest contribution to Northampton is the wonderful community that it has. And this evening we have seen 80+ people who make the most tremendous contribution. You couldn't be more proud of the place. So can I thank them all again? And thank you.
JB?